Alright, hey guys, welcome back. So this week I'm finally doing another makeup tutorial for you guys, and this week it's just gonna be my everyday makeup routine. And this, I try to keep it pretty simple, although I know it's more makeup than what some people would wear. I try to get it done in like 15 minutes or so. I would rather sleep in than go and like put on, the full cat eye and everything like that. So it's pretty simple, but it still just kind of freshens up your face and makes it look a little bit better. I think, I don't know, gets rid of the bags and all that good stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to put on my face is some foundation, and this is the Revlon ColorStay 24-Hour Foundation, and mine's in the shade 180 Sand Beige. I think I might have gotten it a little bit too dark for me, but I'm just gonna make it work anyways, that's okay. And I am just going to put about a pump and a half of that on the back of my hand. That's about all I think I need, and then I'm going to go in with my wet Real Techniques sponge, and I'm going to blend that all over my face. Okay, so my foundation is done, and I blended it down a lot down my neck, mostly because I think it's the wrong color for me. And so if you ever have that situation, usually it'll work if you just blend it. I mean, obviously if it's a huge color difference, it might be harder to get away with it, but if it's just like a shade off, usually you can get away with it if you do a really good job of blending down your neck. So next thing I do is concealer, and I'm going to be using my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. This is my favorite one, and when you have to wake up at like 6 in the morning for your job, you definitely need a little bit of this. So just have a little bit of that on my finger. I'm gonna warm it up in between both of my ring fingers, and then I'm just going to apply it to the darkest areas of my eyes, which tend to be the inner corner and the outer corner, and then I'm gonna put just a little bit onto my lid to cancel out any discoloration on my eyelid as well. And I just blend this in with my finger because I find that the warmth of my finger blends it out better than like using the beauty blender or something like that. Okay, concealer's blended out, that's good. And the next thing that I do is I bake my concealer. So I'm using the Mary Kay translucent loose powder, and I make a mess with it, and then I just get a lot of powder on my brush and I put it under my eye, and I try to I heard recently that it's better to go both directions when you're going under your eyes in particular while you're applying powder, because it helps it to not like define or accentuate any fine lines. So I'm putting a lot of powder on both under my eyes, kind of in a triangular shape. Okay, and then I'm using that same powder but just with a bigger, fluffier brush, and I'm just getting kind of a little bit less of an amount, and I'm going to set the rest of my face with that. And I'm not touching my under eyes yet because I don't want to wipe it off yet. I want it to allow it to sit there for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna wipe it off. But I'm just setting the rest of my face. And if you don't really get too oily, you probably don't need to worry about setting your face so much, but I tend to get pretty oily during the day. And so I like to start off with a very matte face so that it can, doesn't go too crazy. So now that I have that, I go into the brows while I'm waiting for my my baking to be done. So again, you've heard me talk about this. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I just go in and lightly define my brows. Ooh, this is going to be harder. I'm going to use the viewfinder for this one.
Guys, this is hard using the viewfinder for brows. They could turn out looking really bad. Ooh, this is scary. Everything is the opposite. Like, I want to go one way. Okay, I can't do this. I'm going to have to go look in this mirror over here, and I'll be right back.
Okay, I filled them in, and now I'm just going to go in with the other side and kind of brush them the direction that I want them to go. So, and kind of also just disperse the product, make it look a little bit more natural. All right, good, great, love it. All right, so brows are done, and now I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy brush and just wipe away the extra powder underneath my eyes. So then I go for blush, and this is where I should say pretty much every day I do something different when it comes to my blush and my eyeshadow in terms of color. Like, I will pick a different blush, a different color of eyeshadow every day, but I generally apply it the same way every day. So today I've picked the e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzing powder in, I think this is Fiji, and this is a completely matte blush. And so I'm not doing anything with the contour color. I'm just going into the blush a little bit, and I'm gonna apply it to the apples of my cheeks and kind of bring it back towards my hairline. And I'll do the same on both sides until I feel like, and usually I just go in with like a little bit and build it up. So I try not to, you know, get too crazy with my color. Don't wanna look like a clown. So I've done that, and because it's a matte one, you know, you gotta have a little bit of shimmer in there. So I usually add a highlight if I use a plain matte one. This is the Pixi by Petra highlight. Well, actually, what is it? Beauty Blush Duo in Rose Gold. And I just go in to the highlighter side with a big fan brush. I just like dab it in, and then right on the tops of my cheekbones, I apply it just to get a little shimmer and life back in. So yes, that's where I'm at. What's next? Okay, next what I do is, and this is something, again, if you don't get too oily, you probably don't need to do this. The concealer that you put on your eyes would probably be enough. But for me, I go in with an eyeshadow primer that is more like sticky and kind of tacky. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. And so I go in and I just put that on my lids so that my eyeshadow will stay all day and I don't have to worry about it creasing. And I know that it's gonna last me throughout the entire day. And I apply it with the little wand, and then I have to go back in and I blend it with my finger all the way up to my brow bone, because usually you're gonna apply shadow that high. And I try to make sure I go into my inner corner as well. Okay, so that's on my eyes, and now we can go in with shadow. Oh, hey, look, I can see you in my mirror. Where did my eyeshadow go? Oh, here it is, it's behind me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start by using this quad. This is from Physicians Formula, and it's the Casual Nudes Matte Collection Quad Eyeshadow. And it just has these 4 matte colors. And I'm going in with the creamy color, and I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. And now, I know this seems really contradictory, but I'm going to set that entire area, because that means this is going to help my eyeshadow, the other colors that I put on top of it, like actually blend, so that I don't get like a ton of product in one area. And it kind of seems contradictory because I just said I wanted it to be tacky, but trust me, like somehow this just works for me, and I don't get, it just works. Okay. All right, so now I'm going in with a different fluffy brush, and I'm going to take this kind of, I guess it's one of the darker medium colors, and I'm going to put a little on my brush, and I'm going to put that into my crease and transition area of my eye. And the key with this is just to blend it out. If you feel like you got too much product in one area, just keep blending and it should calm down. All right, I'm gonna do that, leave it with that. Actually, no, I'm gonna go in a little bit again and I'm gonna do more on the corner or like outer edge of my lid, but I'm not really trying to get it too dark there. I just want it to look a little bit more natural. Okay, so there's that. That was pretty quick and simple. And then for my lid color, this has been one, I'm doing this one because this has been one that I've been doing a lot lately. I don't know why, but I'm just like loving it. And so I've been doing it like probably 4 out of 5 days a week the last few weeks. So, oh, maybe I should tell you what I'm using, I guess. This is, and I've talked about this before, I think in my 10 under 10. This is the L'Oreal 24-Hour Infallible Eyeshadow in Amber Rush. And the way I apply this is on my lids. I just take my finger, I put it in there, I get some on my finger, and then once I find my mirror, I just apply it to my lid with my finger. And then I'll go in and blend that out with the same brush that I did my crease color with so that it kind of all blends together. Okay, so there's the eyeshadow, and that's pretty much all I do in terms of eyeshadow. On very rare occasions, I will go take the same color I did in my crease with a smaller brush and go underneath my, on my lower lash line, but like literally, that's like once in a blue moon if I remember it. Usually I'm still half asleep. So the last thing is, of course, mascara. And you can't do that without curling your lashes. So I'm gonna do that, put some mascara on, curl my lashes, and yeah.
Okay, by the way, okay, I think it's this one. I think like some of my eyelashes broke while I was sleeping. Like literally one morning I woke up and there was a few eyelashes at the end that were like broken off. How does that even happen? I don't even know, but that is a problem. You can't be having eyelashes break here willy-nilly.
Okay, anyways, little rant there. Anybody have any suggestions for how not to break your eyelashes while you sleep? Please tell me in the comments below. Okay guys, so that's usually, honestly, where I would end it most days. Usually I'll put a lip balm on before I start doing my makeup. And because I eat and drink after I do my makeup, I leave off my lipstick for a little while. And if I'm really good and I remember to put lipstick on a regular day, I'll put something on pretty neutral just for work. I don't usually go like bold red. But if I don't remember, usually it's just lip balm for the day and that's how it goes. But so I will put on a color for you that I would normally wear. So this one is a Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in Pearl number 6. Oh, it's a Pearl number 619 called Rose Shine. And it's just a rosy, very pretty lip color. I mean, you almost can't even tell that I just put that on because it's just very neutral. And that's kind of the colors that I choose to wear for the everyday, just because I want something that's gonna fade naturally and I don't have to worry about while I'm at work. So yeah, that is my everyday makeup routine. Like I said, the eyeshadow colors, the blush colors, the lip color changes from day to day, but the basic steps of how I apply it, you know, with my eyeshadow, I usually stick to 2 colors, one in the crease, one on the lid, that kind of basic stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you can see future videos that are coming up. And tell me, what is the most important makeup item to you? What's the one thing that you could not go a day without? Well, you could go a day without, but you would just like, that's the thing you need for your makeup. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. And I hope you guys have been having a great week. We'll see you next time. Bye.